Well, can a child born from fornication be a blessing? And most people will say if the child is a blessing, then that means sin can produce blessing. These have been causing a lot of heated argument online and on social media. So we're going to try to answer this using the scriptures. So don't get lost. Follow me to the very end of this video so you understand and you know the answer. Let's get right into the video. Welcome back. My name is Fulfillment Obi and this is the Living Flames of Fire. This channel was established to help you grow spiritually and to take you deeper in the knowledge of Christ, so you will be transformed and you will grow in knowledge and wisdom. So if you want to get more of our videos, make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn your bell icon so you won't miss our videos when we release them. Now, before we answer this question, we have to know what the Bible has to say about sin, its consequences, physical and spiritual laws. Now let's talk about sin and its consequences. The Bible has made us know that sin leads to death. It doesn't matter the type of sin. Romans chapter 6 verse 23 says the wages of sin is death. So fornication leads to death. The consequences of fornication are very, very bad. If we look through the Bible, we can see that fornication have cost a lot of people their life. Bloodshed have caused king to drop down from their throne. It have destroyed nations. It have caused suffering and a lot of things I can say that are not good. So if we know the consequences of sin, then we will know that it cannot produce any blessing. The consequences of every sin is very bad, very evil, and it's not what anybody should pray for. Now let's talk about physical laws and spiritual laws. Now, if you're talking about physical laws, God made them constant since the creation of the world, so they work for anybody regardless of who you are. So even if you're a wicked person, you're a believer, just being human alone, these laws will work for you. So if you're a farmer, you go to your farm to plant your seed, it's gonna grow. It does not matter who you are. If you plant any seed in the ground as a human being, it is going to grow because that's how God made it from the beginning of time. Now, talking about physical laws, let's go deeper into it. The law of gravity is constant. It acts upon everybody on earth. So if you go to a skyscraper or a very tall building and jump, you are going to fall to your doom because the law of gravity is going to work against you. So that is how physical laws are. Now let's talk about spiritual laws. Now, going back to the beginning of time, when Adam and Eve were created, God told them to go into the world and multiply. This scripture and that particular verse have a physical and a spiritual implication attached to it. Talking about the physical side of that law is telling them to go and reproduce, to make human beings of their same kind so they'll fill the earth. Now the spiritual side of that scripture is saying that they should go dominate, because when Adam was created, God gave him dominion and kingdom authority, which he lost to the devil by disobedience. Now that is how powerful these laws are. They are always constant. So if you nullify these laws or go against them, they will always act against you. So God does not need to punish you for some certain mistake. Those laws will physically work against you and the repercussion may be very terrible. So now going back to the question, reproduction is like a law. So sex will always produce babies. You don't have to be a believer or not. And the result of it is what is blessing. But God has given us what? A boundary condition. God is saying to you, if you don't want to get hurt, if you don't want this law I've put in place to act against you, then you have to follow my principle by practicing sex only inside of the confine of marriage, only in marriage. So whatever goes beyond that, whatever is beyond that becomes a problem. God knows his law. He knows what he has put in place, and he has told us as humans that do this so you won't get hurt. Even if I give this to you as a blessing so you can reproduce and fill the earth, but you have to what? Be sophisticated to a particular boundary condition so you won't get hurt practicing it. Let's look deep into it. The child is a blessing from God. The act is sinful. Now, have you thought about the consequences of the sin, the shame, the disgrace, the pain of raising a child you are not ready for? Have you thought about the children that are homeless today in the streets begging for food? Have you thought about those who have engaged in crime activities? Have you thought about children who are suffering today with nobody to cater for them? Have you thought about the orphanages? All these are consequences of sin when people decide to go against the law of God, when people choose to go their own way and abandon what God is saying. So these are the consequences of sin. It is not always pleasurable. Little or few people will be able to handle the consequences of bearing a child out of fornication, and you don't want to be that person. So the act is very sinful. It cannot produce blessing. Just that children from God are always blessings, and there will be blessings. So from all I've said in this video, sin has its own consequences. Every child born into the world is a blessing. It does not matter how they are born, but every child is a gift from God. Now, if you are born out of wedlock, if you are born out of fornication or something, you don't have to look down on yourself. God can still use you to do great and mighty things. God can use you as an instrument in this generation to turn this world upside down if you believe. So don't look down on yourself. Don't tell yourself that, oh, I was born out of wedlock, I'm suffering this or that. No, you don't have to do that. So if you are someone like that, I would love you to watch my previous video, Living Above Limitations. The link of the video will be in the description below. You can click the YouTube card right here so you can see that video. It will change your life. Now I want to ask you, what do you think about this question, this bizarre question that have been posing a lot of question and a lot of argument online? I want to see your reaction in the comment section below. If you did learn something very important from this video and you are blessed, I would just love you to do a simple task of sharing this video to everyone you know that will benefit from this video. And don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell icon so you will get our videos when they are released. Talking about videos, there are some on your screen right now, so click on them and watch God transform your life. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next video.